Greetings folks and welcome to Final Fantasy 15 episode Prompto. I've already played through the DLC that's available for you to watch on my channel. What I'm planning on doing today is going for the Aranea intensive training. I actually failed to defeat her on the live stream, so I'm going to try and head back and do that today. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit that like button and be subscribed to the First Finger Gaming YouTube channel. Once you've completed the main DLC story, one of the rewards that you get for Prompto is the Trigger Happy technique. And that's a good job actually, because you really do need to use that ability a lot through this encounter. In fact, one of the challenges to this fight is waiting for your technique bar to replenish 3 bars. It needs all 3 of 3 in order to cast Trigger Happy, and then when it does so you're going to want to cast Trigger Happy carefully, because it is actually possible in this encounter to miss with that ability. In fact, you're probably going to see that I do so several times. What you need to do is notice that first of all you can target Aranea on her body or on her weapon. Now her weapon is generally used by her to block your attacks, and so you do not want to be targeting her weapon, at least from as far as I can tell. If you hit her weapon, it will not really do any damage to her at all, or do minuscule amounts. So you want to really make sure that the target is on her person rather than on her equipment. Now that said, it's only really the pistol that is actually able to target anyway, and it's really hard, I found, to attack with the other weapons. I do at times try and get some extra damage in with the submachine gun, but I just don't have any luck with it because it's just too tricky to move the target to her before she comes swinging down with her attacks. The second important information that you need to note is that you're going to be spending most of this fight actually dodging damage rather than attacking. So yes, you want to use your pistol, which is basically the one weapon that you can easily get some hits in with from time to time, but that's going to do minuscule amounts of damage, but it all helps, I guess. But other than that, you're just going to be dodge rolling around the place, because her attacks come in thick and fast, especially as the battle progresses, and she can hit you really quickly without you paying attention. And you do have to avoid her attacks because you only have limited amount of healing items. I think it's 1 potion, 2 elixirs and a Phoenix Down. Now that Phoenix Down is something that you're going to want to save for emergency, so use your other healing stuff first, and then if you need to use the Phoenix Down, you've got it, as I say, for emergency use only. So with Trigger Happy up, you can see that I actually missed on that occasion. One thing that I've noticed that will make Trigger Happy more successful is if you use it when you're in melee range with Aranea. Now the good thing about it is, because it's a technique, Prompto is immune to damage while he casts it. So what you can do is wait until she charges at you, and at the right moment, so long as of course you've got your technique bar ready, access that Trigger Happy command, and then you won't take the damage from Aranea's charge, but you will be in close enough range to do maximum amount of damage with that ability. The next thing to note is that it is possible, in fact, to stun Aranea, and then that makes her turn blue and she stops moving for a few seconds. If you see that happen, instantly start hitting that triangle button, because your what's it called, quick shot? There's a special ability that only becomes available when she turns blue. Crack shot, or crack, something along those lines anyway. But anyway, it does about 5,000 to 8,000 points of damage, and if you're quick enough you can cast it about 3 times before she wakes up from her stun. So in order to stun her, you either have to shoot her while she's in the air, you get a better chance of stunning her if you do so with the submachine gun, or just shoot her enough times to get enough hits in even when she's on the ground, although that's unlikely. You may even go the entire encounter without stunning her. That would be unfortunate, but it is possible. So just be ready, because if you do stun her, you want to maximise that opportunity. So the second she turns blue, always be ready for that. Hit that triangle button for the crack shot ability, and then keep hitting it until she wakes up, and that will really increase the amount of damage that you can get done to this boss. Now, something I don't successfully pull off myself, but it is possible. There's that thing I was just telling you, the crack shot thing. The whole screen changes when you do actually use that ability, so you know that it's been successful. But one thing I haven't been able to do properly, which is possible, is shoot her out of the air. I think I do it near the end of this encounter. If you do that, you can actually counter and get some nice damage in. So as you can see, I messed up a little bit with that technique then, and we didn't do any damage to Aranea. And it is annoying when you mess up with the trigger happy ability, because you then have to wait however long it is for the 3 bars in the technique bar to regenerate, which, you know, takes a while. And you're going to notice as you start to push her under 50% health that she's going to start doing some more dangerous attacks. And you'll recognise this because you'll get little mini cutscenes that intertwine the actual battle process, and she starts glowing a red colour, almost like she's casting a technique herself. She'll also give some verbal prompts when she's about to do a damaging dragoon attack, which is where she leaps into the air and comes crashing down, but with a much higher accuracy than her previous leap and land that she's been doing up until this point. And it's really, oh, there's that moment where she turns blue, so I'm going to try and get as many of these crack shots in as we can. But it's these final stages that she really is going to be dangerous, and that's when you're going to need to be using your healing items. So always try and keep her in line of sight so that she's not going to take you by surprise. Occasionally when you're dodge rolling around, if you lose target, you can't exactly see where she is. And that can be an issue because she obviously can then just catch you off guard if you dodge roll right into her. I have done that, it's not fitty. There's a few times, such as that one there, where she does kind of hold still for a few seconds. That would be a great opportunity to get either the sniper rifle, which is lying around on the floor if you want to loot it, or the submachine gun if you're good at targeting with that, and get some damage in. You can even stun Aranea by doing so. The problem is you never know with certainty when she's going to be standing around and when she's preparing to launch right at you. So just be prepared to dodge roll out of the way quite quickly. And when she's in the sky there, you can go ahead and knock her out. But just be prepared if you fail to move. I actually didn't get to move in time there. But we are getting some good damage in with our technique. And she's in the final stages of the encounter now. You can see she's got a kind of red glow around her. It's mainly around her weapon more than anything. And this is her Dragooner ability. It's very hard to dodge, and that's annoying because if it does hit you, it's going to do a ton of damage. And you are going to have to heal through it because as soon as you hit that danger bar, there's nothing else you can do apart from heal or wait for imminent death. So that's why I suggested it's really important to try and save your very, very limited amount of healing items for these later portions of the fight, because a lot of people that are going to fail this encounter, and it's quite frustrating, but a lot of people are going to fail in the final moments of this actual battle, which is annoying because you've slugged all the way through to the end here, and that's where you're likely to lose, because this is where the damage is coming in thick and fast, and if you have used those healing items, then you're in a lot of trouble really. I believe one more of our techniques, maybe 2 at the most, should finish this off. But that's why it's important throughout the fight to just get as many of these crack shots off, and just regular usage of the pistol as well. Because it might just mean that in the latter stages of the encounter you've managed to persevere for long enough to use those healing items. Whereas if you didn't get that extra damage in, you might have had to have used them earlier, so it all makes sense. And one thing I've learned the hard way is that when her health bar is depleted, there's still actually a little bit of health left on her that you have to get through. It's not a lot, but you do have to account for it. Don't go all in at the end thinking she's about to die, because I was actually one shot live on stream and I did just that very thing. As you can see, she's had no health for a while and yet she's still going. but eventually she does drop down. Although I do have to use my final item here, which is the Phoenix Down. Fortunately, we've got the technique ready, so I'm hoping this will be the end. And it still isn't the end. So don't take anything for granted in this encounter. Oh, by the way, before anybody asks, I haven't been blowing the barrels up, which you can do, because they just don't seem to do any damage. So I haven't bothered with those. You get a trophy for killing her as well, or for beating the training, I should say. But anyway, guys, I hope this episode's helped you, and the strategies I've given you have been useful. If so, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed watching, and be subscribed to the Fuzzfinger Gaming YouTube channel. Check out my other Final Fantasy 15 content if you want to see more of the game. But that's it from me for today, folks. See you soon. Take care.